Hey everyone, my name is Josh and welcome to the channel. In this video, I just wanted to talk about my VESC setup as someone who's very new to VESC and has been riding a lot of XR and GT over the last 2 years. I've been riding OneWheels for 4 years, learning on my buddy's XR that, it wasn't mine. I drive all the way to his place 2.5 hours like every weekend to go and ride. It was just the craziest thing to me, the OneWheel at that time. And now I've gone through the whole progression of XR, Pine, GT. I've ridden and owned all of them, and I've recently just converted my XR into a VESC. So I wanted to talk about it. The XR platform and just the VESC components and what I think they've done for my riding style and just what I think they can do for everybody in general. I'm going to preface this video by saying I'm not a Future Motion hater. I don't believe they're evil. I don't believe they're, out there to scam people or steal money. I just think they have some business practices that a lot of people don't understand, and they could do a better job of articulating. I still think that if you want a reliable one wheel, the Future Motion board is going to be the way to go. As much as people don't like to hear that nowadays, it's just from what I've seen, it's from my experience. Unless you do something stupid with one of those things, they're pretty reliable. Can't say much about the GTS. I've seen those break, but my girlfriend's GT, we've ridden it through some pretty egregious terrain, pretty egregious conditions. You badger it, they stay alive forever. They're fantastic boards. That being said, though, the XR was in dire need of an update, a refresh, so that's what I did. I didn't want to stay on 63 volts just because I wanted the extended range that the 75 volt packs give you. I didn't want to go with the speed pack because that's XR range with 84 volts, so it's fast, but it's not a long range board, and so I settled on the P45B torque pack from Z Batteries, which has been just a phenomenal battery. I'm very used to the GT, so I'm used to 75 volts. I am not very used to 75 volts that is unrestricted. It's a very quick board. It is a very snappy and responsive board. It's arguably one of the better batteries that you can get. Specifically, Z Battery does very good work, but in general, a P45B 18S2P pack is going to be fantastic in your one wheel. It's just the power is there. The power is absolutely there. When I started planning this total conversion for my one wheel, my XR was actually dead in the water at the time. I had done a CBXR quote upgrade, and it ended up killing my BMS, so I was getting less than pint range on it, which would get me back and forth to work, but it wasn't the type of thing I could take out. So foolishly, when I decided I was going to VESC it, I bought rails first of all things. I bought steep and deep sidewinders. Float Life Canada had one set left, and I gobbled those up ASAP. So I rocked the steep and deeps. They're great rails. They're very fun off-road. They're not the best for street riding, like straight up street. I do enjoy them. I like them. I have weird knees, so they like the angle of the steep and deeps, but most people tend to not like them for street riding. It's just comfortable for me, so that's what I ride. The next thing I had to get was my controller. And luckily at the time, Fungineers was running their pre-orders for their die-cast boxes with the controller fully assembled. So I immediately placed my pre-order on that and had to wait quite a while to get it. It was worth the wait. I'm very much liking my controller. It stays cool. I've seen a lot of Fokkers overheat, and I didn't want my controller overheating with that. I knew I was going to have issues with my hypercore the minute I VESC'd, so I wanted to mitigate at least one thing. So I got the Thor. It's been as advertised. It stayed completely cool. The lights work. They aren't the brightest, but they work, so I'll give it that. I'm not somebody who relies on my one-wheel headlights very much anyways. If I need to go out in the dark, I ride with homies who have flashlights or bring one. The most beneficial upgrade I think I've made to this board so far has been the 5-inch hub from the Float Life. That paired with the 555 Enduro has made riding on and off road just feel so much nicer. a lot more of the micro bumps and vibrations you would feel in the bigger hubs, the 6-inch and the 6.5. You just don't really feel them. Your tire's going to absorb them a lot more with that extra, inch of sidewall. It's amazing, really. Off-road, I feel like I'm getting higher bonks and just overall having a nicer time throwing the board around. The 555 Enduro is nimble when you want it to be, stable when you want it to be, just all around a really fun tire. I'm really excited to get to try out a lot more of the 5-inch tires. That Pioneer is looking really nice approaching these winter months in Ontario, so could definitely benefit from that. I saw those Quebec guys last year were really enjoying it on their trails, so definitely stoked to try that. With my 5-inch hub, I also bought myself a set of cold blocks from the Float Life as well. I feel like those were pretty essential to just not having my motor overheat. The Hypercore in general doesn't do very well with the higher amperages of VESC, so I wanted to do everything I could to dissipate heat, and I'm very happy to say that I've had much better thermal performance on the 5-inch with the cold blocks opposed to the stock axle blocks with the stock XR hub. So they definitely do work. They do their job, and I'm just happy I'm not overheating in trails anymore, because having to pull over and stop and wait just really sucks. Before I end the video here, I just need to give a huge thank you to my friend Jeff, the Warbucks Garage, for building the board for me. He did all of the electronical components that are out of my depths that I would probably break or brick or electrocute myself trying to do. So without his help, it wouldn't have been as smooth of a process. It probably would still be a giant box of parts. So again, Jeff, thank you if you're watching this. You're an insane human being. Thank you for everything you do in the community here in the Greater Toronto area. Literally would not be the same without you, bro. On that note, this is the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching until the end. If you're still here, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be posting more soon. See ya.